Shalom. First off, I'd like to give an all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Yahweh, who the world didn't really call God, in the name of Yahweh Shai, who the world didn't really call Jesus Christ. Secondly, I'd like to give a double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who continue to teach us this truth, and the salutations to you Akim out there doing the work of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai sincerely. All right. The name of this lesson is Columbia University Situation. All right. So pretty much here in New York City, there's a big protest between, well, in many colleges, but Columbia University specifically is a private institution, one of the oldest universities in in the country, really. It's like pretty much one of the first colleges and universities established, in the quote unquote discovery of America, right? Private institution makes a lot of money, makes a lot of money, super expensive, elitist, only pretty much you need to be connected to be going to this school. Um, and you might be saying, oh, like, why is that important? Well, it's important because the people who are engaging in these protests are kids who come from privileged backgrounds for the most part. These are people who really don't have a dog in this fight. Their parents are either paying for their tuition, paying for them to live in the Columbia University surrounding area. What is that, Manhattanville area, which is not cheap. And, they're pretty much protesting because they want the school to divest from so-called Israeli companies in protest to what's going on out there on that side of the world. Now, as the true biblical Israelites, we don't have a dog in this fight. But the reason that I wanted to bring this topic up is because the show of force that the NYPD has shown in support of the Ishman is quite astounding, you know. And I'm just gonna cycle through some pictures, and then we're gonna get to the scriptures of like kind of the show of force that has been shown by the NYPD. Here you have two so-called African American police officers here holding a door, holding post on a door. Same picture. This is kind of like the show of force that was going on. These are police in riot gear, probably from the emergency service unit, which is effectively the NYPD's SWAT branch. Here they have the zip tie handcuffs. People getting arrested, disorderly conduct. They were so-called property destruction of property and stuff. But this is what's gonna come to. They got this Lyft situation here, where basically they park a truck, I believe. Yeah, it's a truck, and they park it, and it has like this walkway so that they can scale buildings. Not scale buildings, but get access to the top floors of buildings. And all this stuff is super important. You see here, you can see a better picture here. All this stuff is super important for us to see because this is just an example of the force, all right, that the NYPD can exert on anyone, right? And it's going to be much worse when these foreign troops are here. All right, there he's pointing a firearm. He has a riot shield. And like I said, you can see it here in this picture. Here, this is clearly the emergency service unit, the SWAT unit, also known as the Tan Pants. Yeah, these guys are no joke. And pretty much, yeah, this is what's going on. People are fighting. People are getting, not necessarily getting shot because these are kids of privileged backgrounds, but they're gonna get booked into jail for protesting and all that and disorderly conduct, but more so just for you to see the show of force. All right, and these are going to be scenes that we're going to have to uh, be okay with. All right, right now it's happening kind of isolated. It's up there in Harlem, Manhattanville, specifically 116 Amsterdam, where the campus is, but it could spread. All right, and when all hell breaks loose in America, all right, that's when in reality you're going to see the problem. You're going to see the true show of force. So this is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19, and it says, "So they that fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising sun, Salakia, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." Exactly, because truth of the matter is that even though we don't have a dog in this fight, this is the type of force that they will use against the men of the Lord, against the men who probably, most likely, against the men who will not bend the knee, all right, to this system, to this beast system, when they implement that MOTB, you know? But what did the Lord say? The Lord said he was going to lift up a standard against this man. All right? So we need to just pray that the Lord delivers us from these situations, man, because there's really nothing we can do. We cannot go toe-to-toe with the so-called white man, gun for gun. We're out-resourced, we're out-organized, and we're outgunned. The only real weapon that we have is our faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, "And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord." All right, so in the Redeemer, all right, also known as Yahushai, who the world didn't really call Jesus Christ, all right, it says, "And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob." All right, so not everyone from the nation of Israel, not every one of you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and the people that descend from them, not every one of you, but only those who have what? Turned from transgression. All right? And when these things go down, all right, when these Gurkha troops, when these UN soldiers, when all these people are deployed, all right, it's going to be a big problem for all the people who are super comfortable right now going out on a Friday night and having a good old time. All right? All these people that come from money who are transplanting here in New York City because they want to be in the midst of the glitz and the glamour, all right? What they're sold on movies and what they're sold on TV. But in reality, what they're really being sold is judgment. Because New York City is going to be a hotbed for death in those days. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 18. It says, "Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath." Exactly. So there's going to be no amount of money that's going to save you from the wrath of the Lord. All right. And that wrath is going to come in many, many different ways. And one of those ways is going to be by what? By show of force of your potentially your police force, these foreign troops. And it's going to be an all-out shit show out here. It says, "But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land." So the Lord said he's going to make a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. All right? So all you people who are super comfortable right now, who think America is going to go on forever, who think that Donald Trump is somehow going to save this place from circling the drain, the Lord got you in a trick bag. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 70, and it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. All right. So in those times, in the times of Jacob's trouble, the times that we are quickly approaching, all right, there's going to be what? There's going to be an insurrection. All right. Let's actually look that up real quick. Let's just take a quick peek and see what the word insurrection means. So there is no doubt. Insurrection is a noun. It's lucky here. Insurrection, a violent uprising against an authority or government. All right, so what's going on right now with those students at Columbia, it is an insurrection. All right, it is an insurrection. But there's going to be an even bigger insurrection during the time of Jacob's trouble against the men of the Lord, upon those that fear the Lord. All right, it says, they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. All right, so these people are going to be like madmen. All right, they're going to be raping and maiming and murdering. All right, and taking and spoiling. All right, it says destroying those that fear the Lord. All right, so even those that fear the Lord, a lot of them are going to be, potential victims of this. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Exactly. So in that time, all right, there's people who are going to lose their goods. All right, there's going to be a famine. They're going to lose their goods. They're going to lose their homes. They're going to lose their families, and many people are going to lose their lives. It says, then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried in the fire. But only upon these times. All right, only upon these times, the times of Jacob's trouble. All right, only upon the times of Jacob's trouble, only upon the times that we're coming into is that we're really going to know. Right now, the only thing that we can do is guess. But in that day, all right, in those days, there's going to be no doubt. There's going to be no doubt who the men of the Lord are. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is your guide. Exactly. So in these troubles, although this is what's to come in these days, all right, the Lord is our guide and he got our back. So that's something that we always got to remember as we start to meditate and we start to think about these days and how we're quickly approaching them. We got to always understand that the Lord got our back. No matter what we have going on, the Lord has our back. No matter what's going on in front of you, the Lord is going to be the one that's going to deliver you. And then this is just a post that I had seen on Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, now X. It's from the Gray Zone News. This is the NYPD crackdown on Columbia U students was led by a member of the school's faculty. Rebecca Weiner is a Columbia professor who leads an NYPD intel division that maintains an office in Tel Aviv. Because the NYPD actually, although the NYPD is New York Police Department, the NYPD actually falls under an I think it's a multi-jurisdictional task force, an MJT. All right, and many of these large police departments. Remember, the NYPD is the largest police department in the country. LAPD being second. All right. So all these large police departments, they all communicate with each other, and they all have, special units. All right, that are dedicated to pretty much any aspect. They almost function as individual city militaries, if you really want to get down to it. With intelligence and everything. It says Weiner said student rhetoric necessitated the violent raid. All right, so what they were saying on the campus was, you know, it called for the response. All right. So yeah, this was just a quick lesson on the Columbia University situation, since it's something that's popping up all over social media. It's popping up in the news. I thought it'd be a good lesson to do, just to, it's a show of force. We have no dog in this fight politically or in any type of way, but definitely, definitely interesting to see what gadgets, all right, the so-called white man is willing to use on, these are kids with money, all right. If this was so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you know, who knows what they would have done. Actually, it just reminded me there was actually a situation when, I believe it was in Philadelphia, when the cops actually dropped a bomb to stop a situation that was going on in a so-called black neighborhood. So maybe I'll do a video on that eventually. But all in the spirit. All right, I'd like to give an all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the one of the apostles and elders of the great millstone who continue to teach us this truth. And salutations to you, Akim, out there doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai sincerely. And until next time, Shalom.